Scientists from all sectors have been relying on the safety datasheets, or SDS, from the suppliers to make their critical R&D and purchasing decisions. Product stewardship and EHS departments and the transportation industry are also dependent on the SDS to guide them in planning and executing lab safety and community safety measures. Unfortunately, 80% of the safety datasheets existing today are not comprehensive, or even worse, have inaccurate information. Since 2025, government agencies like US's OSHA, Europe's REACH, and Canada's WHMIS have mandated that safety datasheets are legally required under the Hazard Communication Standard, and they must be fully compliant with GHS Revision 7, which includes the guidelines for specific chemical classes and mixtures, and how to report toxicity issues. All manufacturers and importers must create, keep up to date, and supply SDS for every hazardous chemical they produce or bring into the country. REACH mandate also requires that all SDS must be provided in the official national languages of the specific European member state where the product is sold. But creating a data-rich and accurate safety datasheet with strict government compliance mandates involves many days of laborious and error-prone properties and regulatory data collection and interpretation efforts, especially for complex ingredients and formulations. And this is where ViridisChem's SDS Builder can help. This AI-powered subscription-based software can build authorable and fully customizable safety datasheets for most known chemicals within seconds and generate the copies in multiple languages. Utilizing ViridisChem's comprehensive and highly curated toxicity database and properties predictor, it can also generate SDS for proprietary API molecules and complex mixtures or formulations. All you need to provide is the chemical name, CAS name, or SMILES strings. In such cases, complexity of the structures and availability of supporting prediction models would dictate the accuracy and richness of the SDS. During this demo, to help you appreciate the richness of our SDS, even for the most complex molecules and mixtures, I will show how ViridisChem's SDS Builder generates OSHA-compliant SDS for a commonly used chemical, formaldehyde, a pharmaceutical intermediate called MR84906, and a skin cream containing 23 ingredients. ViridisChem's SDS Builder allows you to build OSHA, REACH, or WHMIS-compliant SDS and can offer the results in multiple languages. You can select compliance with specific government agency standards and select the language the SDS must be generated in. Let us first generate the SDS of commonly used chemical formaldehyde. As you can see, the SDS was generated within seconds. Since this is a known chemical, the SDS contains all the properties information, full toxicological profile, and the regulatory information and limitations from various countries. This information was obtained from ViridisChem's well-curated toxicity database, containing full profiles of over 100 million chemicals. Now let us generate the SDS of a pharmaceutical intermediate that was used to develop the drug adagrasib, called MR84906. Since this is not a publicly known chemical, I will need to find it based on its structure. Here we will be submitting the SMILES of the molecule MR84906. Once the system finds the molecule, click on Build SDS. Note that since the chemical is not publicly known, property values are predicted using prediction models contained within ViridisChem's Properties Predictor module. Based on these values, the product was able to provide GHS-compliant ecological, health, and safety scores based on 44 endpoints. Note that this data is not available through normal searches. Without SDS Builder, suppliers would need to take extra manual steps to generate this data. Once the SDS is built, suppliers can go into the authoring mode and customize the SDS with their logo and other information. You can print the SDS or save it as a PDF file. Now let us build an SDS for an anti-aging face cream that contains 23 ingredients. Select SDS type Mixture and click on Import Source Data. The tool accepts CSV or Excel files. Or, if you are using a programmatic interface, it will also accept JSON object. Once you upload the data, you can then change the percent amount of any ingredient. Keep in mind that the total percent amount cannot exceed 100%. You will notice that the list includes many natural ingredients. ViridisChem's database has a very good coverage of natural ingredients. After clicking on the Build SDS, the tool pulls information of every ingredient from ViridisChem database, calculates the individual ingredient scores, and aggregates the values to predict overall mixture toxicity based on the OSHA, REACH, or WHMIS guidance. Once the SDS is built, you can choose the Authoring mode to customize the SDS. You can add your company logo, address, and special instructions about the product. Suppliers can choose to keep some of the ingredient identification secret by removing the CAS number and by renaming them to proprietary. This allows them to hide the identity of their proprietary ingredients while taking into account their toxicity while predicting the overall toxicity. To further help companies quickly update their SDS inventory with hundreds of chemicals, and to help achieve government SDS reporting requirements within a matter of days, ViridisChem also offers bulk SDS generation service. Sounds interesting? If you would like more information, please contact us at support@viridischem.com.